It's actually so pleasure to me to be there with all of you. My name is Imanbay Dayana, and today I'm going to show you my presentation for the contest I Choose a Profession. Actually, I'm the student of the 10th A grade of the gymnasium named Akhmet Baitursynuly, located in the Shur district in the Jambal region. For this contest, I decided to choose a profession that plays one of the most important roles in our society. It's a medical profession called the doctor. In this presentation, we're going to talk about the introduction, origin story, good and bad points, demand, famous people, contests, what's required for the doctors, and areas of the doctors. And now let's start from the introduction. So who is a doctor? Doctor is a highly qualified medical profession who is involved in maintaining people's health, diagnosing, treating, and preventing their diseases. So why I choose this profession? I choose this profession because the medical profession is attractive, of the opportunity to help people save their lives, improve their health, and make a real contribution to our society. And those who work in this field are highly respected, but they also need to improve their knowledge too. Let's talk about the origin story. Origin story of the medicine started with the ancient times, and the first thing is the ancient Egypt. Actually, the first doctors were magicians and the priests, so the papyri recorded surgical and pharmacological treatments. Then we continue to the ancient India and China. In ancient India and China, there was Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine that emerged, so they started to use herbal medicines and acupuncture techniques. Then we go to the ancient Greece and Rome. In ancient Greece and Rome, there was so much people who improved our medicine. The first one is Hippocrates. Hippocrates was the founder of the medicine, and he also established the ethical standards for the doctors. This is the main reason why nowadays in medical university, medics need to have a Hippocrates swear, or we also call it Hippocrates oath. And now about the Middle Age. In the Middle Age, there was a person called Ibn Sina. He's the author of his work, Avicenna, or we also call it the canon of the medicine. In his work, he described methods of treating many diseases. And now about the new era. New era, nowadays our genetics and the biotechnology, robotic surgery, transpathology, telemedicine, and the microbiology have developed. So nowadays, our medicine have achieved scientific and technological advance. And this is why nowadays you cannot worry about your health. The only one thing you need to have is the money. And this is one of the main reasons why I choose this profession, because doctors are highly respected and they can earn so much good money. And now about the contest. The contest of this profession includes diagnosing, treating of the disease, the prevention issues, and emergency assistance. And now about the diagnosing. If you're a doctor, you need to check the patient's health and need to do some tests like MRT, the ultrasound, or we call it the X-ray, or we call it rentgen, and the other types of it. The second one is treatment of the disease. So doctors tells us to use medications, physiotherapy, there's also so much surgical operations and the other treatment methods. Third one is the preventive issues. So we can call it the vaccination. Vaccination is a good method to prevent diseases. And also, nowadays, our government does so much vaccinations to prevent diseases like heart and cancer. And the last one is emergency assistance. So doctors must make a quick and correct decisions and provide the first aid in some critical situations. For example, if you're walking through the street and you see a person who had a head attack, heart attack, asthma, and endures anaphylactic shock, and the other types of critical situations. And now about the qualities and abilities that are required for a professional doctor. The first thing is responsibility. So decisions that made by the doctor can directly affect on the life and the health of his patient. The second one is carefulness. Carefulness helps the doctor to analyze all the data to avoid mistakes that when they do a diagnostic for his patient. The third one is the patience and the forbearance. So if you're a doctor, you also need to see so much patient with so much critical situations, which morally can be so difficult. The fourth one is a compassion and empathy. So you must be empathy and have compassion for your work and to get on well with all of your patients. And the last one, and one of the most important, is physical and psychological endurance. So we also know that doctors has a hard work, so they can have a long working hours, night shifts and difficult situations that need a really good strength and a strong nervous system for a doctor. And now about the famous people of our profession. The first person is Hippocrates. As I said, Hippocrates is the founder of the medicine, and he also was a Greek physician. He studied anatomy and the physiology of all our human's body. And also we do for him a Hippocrates oath, as I said. The second one is Ibn Sina. There you can see his face. Ibn Sina wrote about so much many diseases and proposed the methods of treating them in his work. We call it the canon of the medicine. And the third one is Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur is the founder of the microbiology and immunology. There you can see his face. He invented and developed the vaccination system, and he proved also that infectious diseases spread by microbes. So he proved us that asepsis and antiseptics are also important in our life. And where can you get an education in this specialty? If you want to become a doctor in Kazakhstan, you need to study at the medical university. There is most famous one. The first one is the Sinjar Kazakh National Medical University. Also, in the future, I also want to become a doctor, and I'm going to go to this university after graduating school. The second one is Astana Medical University, or we also call it MUA. The third and the fourth one is the Karganda and the Semey Medical University. And the last one is Kazakhstan Resey Medical University, or we also call it Kermul. It's located in Almaty. And areas of doctors. Actually, I think doctors is one of the most countable and maybe uncountable professions in the humanity. So if you want to become a doctor, you can go to the therapy, surgery, cardiology, neurology, pediatrics, ophthalmology, orthopedics, oncology, hematology, pharmaceutics, nursing, gynecology, urology, endocrinology, gastroenterology, and so much areas of it. It's actually not even 50% of it. And now about the career prospects of the professions. If you want to become a doctor, at first you can be a general practitioner. So after graduating, you just can work as a therapist. The second was a specialist, so you can also choose some specific field, as I said before, and to study at a residency. The third one is research activity. So you need to research activity and to fight, also receive a candidate of the medical science or doctoratura. The fourth one is teaching activity. You can also give some lectures in the medical universities and the college for the students as you were. The fifth one is medical management. So you also can work in some administrative places, positions in some healthcare organization. And the last one is opening your own clinic. It's also good for some experienced doctors to open their own business. And now about the current demand for the specialists in the labor market. So doctors is one of the most sought after professions. There is a shortage, especially in rural areas and among the doctors with the nervous specialists. For example, the following professions are in typical demand in Kazakhstan in a full our world. As a general practitioner, surgeons, anesthesiologists, cardiologists, infectionists, pediatrics, and psychologists. So, as a conclusion, I want to tell you that doctors is one of the most powerful, but also hard-working professions. And don't undervalue their work. They actually need so much things to become a doctor. And I want to tell you that doctors will never leave in our humanity. Thank you for your attention.